Alright, now I want to show you how to make a video call with somebody and other features that you have at your disposal when you are doing Skype to Skype messaging. So I've already showed you how to do an audio call. We called the test call from Skype and to check make sure our audio settings are correct. And I'm going to show you how to do a video call for Skype members. So remember this is that Skype to Skype messaging is free. Doing video calls to other Skype members is free. Doing a text message, doing an instant message, that is free. But anytime you have to pay for anything is when you have to use an outside service. So if you're using Skype to landline, you've got to pay for that. If you're using Skype to mobile phone that's not using a Skype app, you have to pay for that. So any text message or short message service, SMS message, or any voice message to landline to be picked up by caller ID and recorded for voicemail, you have to pay for those services. So everything that we're going to focus on here is going to be Skype to Skype messaging. So let's take a look. I have my contacts set up and I am going to be talking for all intents and purposes myself. I have my own Skype account for my personal and I have my own for work. Why do I have that? Just a separate thing for work and for home, really. For as physicians, it's something to think about for your own use for Skype. Are you going to be using it mainly for communication with family and friends? Then you might just want to set up your own personal Skype account and let it only be open to those people in that audience. Are you going to be using it more for work? Are you going to be talking with consultants and other healthcare professionals for professional sense? So you might want to use it for professional uses as well. You can easily do that with one account, and it works just like having a phone in that respect. Actually, it's very similar. If you're going to use your phone for contacting friends and family, you're also going to be using your phone to contact professional people. So really, you don't have to have two accounts, but for demonstration purposes for this video, I have two accounts. So I'm going to right click on my account here, and you can see that I can do call. Since I'm not logged in on my other account, the call will fail. And as you can see, it's trying to call, and so I'm not online. You can see that by the fact that hovering over my name, the little cloud has a question mark in it. That means I'm not online. Where you see it where it has a check mark and it's green, that means that's online. So I'm going to right click again and I can send an instant message. An instant message works like this. It works just like any other instant messaging client on the planet. As you can see, I sent one earlier. And they keep saying pending because they haven't been received yet. And I have some actions. I can copy, I can quote the message, I can edit the message, I can remove the message, or I can jump back the message to about a day, a week, or a month, 3 months, 6 months to a year. So I'm going to remove this old message. And it says, do you want to remove this message? Yeah, sure, I want to. And then I can jump back these phone calls to certain dates as well. So that's how instant messaging works. Go back. Send SMS. Very similar to the instant messaging, except that you have to pay for this service, and you can choose where the short message service should go. Should it go to a mobile phone, to a home phone, an office phone, or another type of phone? And by other, you just have to put a phone number in. So you have to use some phone number with area code, and you also have to choose your language settings. And then when you add that phone number, then it changes from send message to send SMS, short message service. So if you are sending it to a mobile phone, which is the most popular one because people text a lot with each other, that's what Skype will do. You have to pay for that, little freemium there. So we're going to cancel that, and we're going to go back to contacts. Send video message. So if I was online and my little cloud was green and had a check mark, I could send a video call. And what would happen then is that Skype would try to connect me to that other Skype account, and then I could see myself talking to that person. I can see it in real time. So let's try to do a video message, because what I can do is send a short little message under 3 minutes to somebody, and then when they log in, they can see it. So it's kind of like video voicemail in a way. So let's do that, and you should see me talking. I'm using a screen capture program called Snagit, S-N-A-G-I-T, so snag videos, and it's letting me record everything in here, but I'm not going to be able to have all the access to everything because I can't doubly record over myself. So with that being said, let me take you over some of these settings here. So you can see me, and I'm not looking at you because I'm looking at the screen. You have the record button right here in the middle. You have send video message. You have cancel. And then you have these over here, hide sidebar, and then bring sidebar back in. And then you also have full screen mode. So you can set it up to be a full screen there. So we're not gonna record because it will kick me out, as I learned previously. But what will happen is when you hit record, it will record. It will be countdown from 3 minutes to 0, and then it will save the video, record it for you, and then what you can do is then send it to that person. So send video message, and then what will happen is that they will get a video message in here saying, "Hey, you have a new video message. Watch it here." So that's how video message works. Send files. Now, the creators of Skype originally created a peer-to-peer file sharing program called Kazaa. And peer-to-peer file sharing programs are not illegal, just some of the materials that are shared could break licenses. So Kazaa is actually a great program that lets you send files back and forth, kind of like better than email, in closing. So I can send files to myself, and I can I can send a file, anything that's in here, to that account, and then they'll get it on their feed here to say, "Hey, download here." So you can send files back and forth. So if you're a physician and you're talking with another physician, or you're talking with some other professional, and you need to send information back and forth, you don't have to do it through email. You can just do it through Skype. You can send PDFs, you can send documents, and it's the same restriction. You have 25 megabytes or less of space to send. But you can do that. You can send messages back and forth with files. So that's another really handy thing for Skype members because it's free. You can also send to contacts. You can send, let's see what this does here. You can add contacts that you'd like to send to. So I can introduce myself to Brian or the Skype test call. I'm also going to take a look at, I can show profile, and I can see everything about this person's profile, myself, and as you can see, my profile is pretty blank. I have nothing in here. I have just my Skype name. So again, this is back to your privacy settings. You don't have to add anything to your privacy settings at all, anything to your account at all. You can just keep your name and just make it private that way. So we're going to go back, and we are going to, I can rename this contact, and I have, it's my personal contact information. I can rename it to be like this other guy, or, however I want to use it. Tim's personal Skype. So I could rename the contacts to how it fits for me. And then I can also add to a list. So I can create a list of people that I want to put into, for contacts. So I can create a list called family. And then anyone I add to the family group, the family list, will show up here. So that's a great way to organize all the contacts. You can create lists, professional use, family use, whatever other kind of delineations for lists you have. You can also add to favorites. So now I always show up here on my favorites list here. So if you talk to someone on Skype quite often, you might want to add them to favorites so you can automatically get to their conversation back and forth. You can remove from favorites. No longer a favorite. And then you can also search in Spotlight. So this will be different on a PC, but you can search for them up here. You can resend contact requests. So if you are, yeah, right now my contact request is pending. I'm not really talking to myself, I guess. But if you're going to connect with a Skype member, you have to send a request to connect with them. People can deny your request, and you can block someone's Skype as well. You can also delete their account. So you can delete their, well, not their account, you can delete them as a contact and remove them completely. So that's all the great things that you can do when you right-click on a Skype contact. You can have all this powerful information here so that you can instantly connect with them.